Hi there and welcome to the Bristol Show 2025. I am Brad and today I'm joined by Simon from Steinway Lyngdorf.
Hello.
How's it going, mate? You alright?
Good to see you, man.
Lovely to see you. So, Steinway Lyngdorf, you've been for the last few shows.
Yes, last 3 years, yeah.
But in the grand scheme of things, that's fairly young for a lot of the manufacturers here. I had someone earlier on and they've been to all 36 of them. So, you know, you've got some catching up to do.
Definitely.
But tell the people at home what it is you guys do.
So we're essentially a speaker and electronics manufacturer from Denmark.
Yep.
We're famous for the Tact Millennium. So Peter Lyngdorf developed the first digital amplifier back in the 90s.
Yep.
And that sort of has evolved into the range that we have now. And we're very famous for our relationship with Steinway Sons as well. So we developed an audio system that captured the dynamics of their grand piano. So we were given their name back in 2005. So it's been an evolving journey after the
because that's the name with some heritage.
Oh, massively!
Well,
yeah, definitely. It pulls in a lot of interest from the end user base because it's a name that you can really trust.
Yeah.
And it's not an easy thing to recreate systems of that level. So the quality backs up the name, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. And you guys have also got some room correction software as well.
We have, yes. We're very famous for it, Room Perfect. And what's so kind of special about it is that we don't look to change the signature sound of the speaker themselves. Obviously, the guys that have come to this show, they have their favourites. People love the tone of a certain speaker, for example. So we're not trying to change that, but what we are looking to do is help it to perform correctly within that space. So, we do things slightly differently to most calibration systems, but having that built into our integrated amplifiers as standard is something that's very popular with the Lyngdorf and Steinway side of things. Yeah,
absolutely. So what is it you've got on display in your room this year?
This year we've gone very sympathetic to the interior design of spaces. So we've brought the FR2, which is our new floor standing speaker.
They're the really shallow.
Very shallow, yeah. Very, very shallow. They're actually acoustically designed. We've put a slight dip in the bass so that we can have them very close to the wall so that they utilise that boundary gain to give the more emphasis to the lower frequencies, but having that room perfect capability as well allows us to tune them really nicely to the room. But
so pretty much perfect for those with a smaller space.
100%.
You know.
Exactly. That's exactly what it's built for. It actually has a wall mount option, so you can actually hang them above sort of skirting boards and things like that to really.
So to really utilise that.
Yeah, definitely.
That wall. Wow, you can squeeze the space in then.
Definitely. It's been quite funny actually because a lot of people have been coming into the room and it has been very busy actually, and people have sort of walked into the room and you can kind of see the cogs turning in their mind. Sort of, why are they pushed right up against the wall like that?
It's not something that people will be used to seeing.
Not at all.
They'll probably go, well, they're not set up wrong. Have you had anyone go, mate, it's speakers?
A couple of people, but then they've come in sort of at the point when you're playing a song and then you reduce the volume and then give an introduction to the speaker and the amplifier and what it's doing, and then you kind of see them go, oh, okay, makes sense now.
Yeah, it makes sense now. It's all doing its thing.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
The speakers that the ones we're discussing, are they brand new then?
Yes, they are. They were launched in December. There's quite a big backlog on them now actually. They've been very popular.
Imagine.
So they come in 3 base colours.
Yeah.
So you can specify them in white, black, or it's called mocha. So it's quite a unique colour. It's very kind of in some lights it's almost green. It's got like a kind of an army green tint to it.
Is it like that sort of matte?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So we recently, in the last year, we bought a cabinet factory in Denmark. So everything is now manufactured in Denmark. So all of the cabinetry and everything. And we actually approached some very high-end kitchen companies to sort of get the trends on what the best colours are to go for. And this mocha was something that came up.
I think that's a really clever way of looking at it because, you know, I was having this conversation with someone earlier on. Speakers are furniture.
100%.
You know, they've got to sound good. That goes without saying.
Definitely.
But looking good is really important.
Yeah, definitely. And it's been nice to have that kind of flexibility with the products as well because the central panel of it is removable. So once the client has chose their base colour, they can then mix and match. So you can have the white with the mocha in the middle, or vice versa. It's kind of, you can really sort of tailor it to the decor of the space.
You're not offering any wrapping services to put like leopard print and...
No. I mean, to be fair, the way that the cabinet's designed, it would be very easy for it to be wrapped if you wanted to go down that real custom route. But
do you reckon there are people out there that really customise their hi-fi?
100%, definitely.
I remember a few years ago, Acoustic Energy, for April Fools, they said that they released a denim-clad speaker. And I remember someone saying, oh, that's actually quite cool. I'm like, are you a cowboy? What is this? This is not an aesthetic that anyone wants.
In the bottom of it, kind of thing.
Little hat on top, you know. So, it's great to have you guys back again this year. Moving forward, have you got anything in the pipeline that you're allowed to talk about?
There's always something in the pipeline, but I am definitely not allowed to talk about it. But
maybe next year.
No, there's definitely some new things on the horizon, which is really exciting for us. And having a platform like the Bristol Hi-Fi Show to be able to showcase that to the public is something that's very important to us, because, like you say, we haven't been as visible in that market. Obviously, we are visible, but when it comes to these kind of real shows that have a lot of heritage, it's nice to be back and in front of those people. So,
well, again, a conversation that I've had with other speaker manufacturers, it's a very oversaturated market. So to be able to have a platform, a dedicated platform where you can say to the right targeted audience, I can't even talk, the right targeted audience, that this is what we do. We're not going to be for everyone, but it's a product that's available, and it has some practical applications as well for that speaker.
Definitely. And I think the thing that's been really interesting for us this year is that the last 2 years we brought our Q100 system, which is kind of no holds barred. Like what can I do in terms of real high-end clarity and the purified drivers and the AMT tweeters. Obviously that comes at a price point, so
of course,
sitting at kind of with amplification at a £25,000 price point, of course there's people out there that have that kind of budget to spend on systems, and it's a perfect option for that. But this year, having a system, especially with our 1120, our entry-level streaming amplifier, comes in at £6,000 retail. It's a really reachable price point for a lot of people within the hi-fi, and we found that actually people that aren't necessarily hi-fi enthusiasts, they're really like hell-bent on getting that perfect sound and everything, the real enthusiast type characters. It's a product that's pulled in a market that people didn't realise that they're that into it, and it's quite an obtainable thing.
Do you think the Steinway name brings in more of the music lover?
Definitely.
And because obviously that's going to pull in people that understand the heritage of that name and the pianos, and maybe classical enthusiasts and things.
Yes, I mean that's the thing that's been important for Lyngdorf as well, is that often from, I suppose, our dealer base, is that the Steinway element of things is what draws people into the product. But what's really important to understand is that without Lyngdorf side of things, we wouldn't have Steinway. Lyngdorf is the foundation that built the technologies that allowed us to produce the systems that Steinway fell in love with.
Both names are just as important.
Exactly, so this is a real highlight on just the importance of how Lyngdorf really pulls in the right technology, but also the right solution for the application. It's really important that we're not just bringing out products that are just for the sake of having a product. There's got to be a real solution around why we've done what we've done to bring out a new product moving forward. So.
And do you know if any of those speakers are on their way to any of the Audio T stores yet? Or
they are, yes. Yeah, I believe the guys at Dali, who do distribution for us in the UK, they've been working hard with the guys at Audio T to pull in those products. We've actually had some sales at the show as well, which has been really, really good.
So it's kind of what it's about, but
100%.
Absolutely,
But there's really so excited characters coming up to you with their receipt. I've just bought the 1120.
Can you sign this for me? I'll get it framed.
Yeah, exactly. So no, it's been a really, really positive show this year, and we can't complain at all. It's been
brilliant.
Great.
Well, I'm so glad to have you here, and I know that you've got a bit of a bad back at the moment. So
a bit of a Batman movement.
It's the Batman. It's the Michael Keaton.
Yeah, I did look at the interview space as I walked up, and I was like, oh no.
I've got to turn You've done very well. Don't you worry.
Thank you.
But guys, check them out. What more can I say? Get in touch with Audio T and book a demonstration, and maybe next year come along to the show and have a listen here. Why not? Thank you so much for joining me.
Pleasure.
You take care. Look after your back.
I will do.
Guys, thanks very much. Bye now.
Bye.